Woke up in Tokyo, neon bleeding through the rain. Caught a JAL flight east, chasing ghosts of old Japan. Bowed to strangers in Kyoto, watched the cherry blossoms fall. Every temple told a story, every alley heard my call. Flew Emirates to Dubai, where the desert met the sky. Golden glass, a million stories stacked 100 stories high. Then a train to Istanbul, where the east and west collide. Two worlds kissing on a bridge above the dark and silver tide. I've lived 1,000 lives inside a single boarding pass. I've drunk the wine of Lisbon and let Havana shake the glass. Every stamp inside my passport is a scar upon my soul. The world will break you open, friend, and only then make you whole. The world in full color. Lufthansa touched me down in Berlin, where the wall still bleeds its gray. Danced until the morning in a warehouse far away. Air France to Marrakech, the souk alive with spice and silk. Snake charmers land in saffron smoke, and mint tea sweet as milk. Took a bus through Patagonia, no signal, just the wind. Slept beneath the Andes stars and swore I'd never sin. Qantas over Sydney Harbor, opera sails in morning light. Nairobi at the golden hour, God was showing off that night. I've lived 1,000 lives inside a single boarding pass. I've drunk the wine of Lisbon and let Havana shake the glass. Every stamp inside my passport is a scar upon my soul. The world will break you open, friend, and only then make you whole. Flight 24/7. It was a Tuesday. Flight 24/7 Meridian Air, departing Lagos bound for Rome. Finfee 7 souls. A teacher from Accra heading to surprise her daughter. A painter from Sao Paulo with canvases in the hold. A boy, 7 years old, pressing his face to the window, watching the Atlantic swallow the coastline at 38,000 feet. Silence. And a sound like the sky tearing itself apart. The engine screamed, the cabin tilted, oxygen masks dropped like broken prayers from the ceiling. Someone was reciting Surah Al-Fatiha, someone else was whispering Hail Mary. A man in 24C took out his phone and filmed the clouds rushing up to meet them, because he needed someone to know that the world from up here was still beautiful. The plane went down in the Sahara, sand and silence, and then, against every law of odds and gravity, 14 walked out of the wreckage. The teacher, the painter, the boy, they looked at each other across the burning metal and didn't say a single word, because what do you say when the earth decides to give you back? The teacher lands in Rome 6 months later, takes the long way in. The painter hangs his crash date canvas, calls it begin again. The boy grows up in Accra, books a flight at 23. Presses his face against the window, still in love with what he sees. Singapore Airlines sold to Mexico City overnight. A stranger shares a story and you hold each other tight. Delta into New Orleans, jazz is bleeding through the walls. Ethiopian and airlines at Addis, where the ancient spirit calls. I've lived 1,000 lives inside a single boarding pass. I've kissed the rain in Mumbai and let Amsterdam hold me fast. I've crashed and burned and risen from the red Saharan sand. The world will break you open, friend, and offer you its hand. So buy the ticket, take the flight, sit in 24C, Press your face against the window, because somewhere between Bogota and the burn of the stratosphere, between the spice markets and the snowfields and the wreckage, you will find out exactly who you are.